Shalom. Let me get into an article today about Trump's new executive order. It says NPR.org. Trump signs executive order. This was July 24th, 2025. Trump signs an executive order to make it easier to remove homeless people from the streets. All right. Also, it's saying that fulfilling a campaign promise, President Trump has signed an executive order that seeks to overhaul the way of U.S. manages homelessness. The order signed Thursday calls for changes to make it easier for states and cities to remove outdoor encampments and get people into mental health or addiction treatment that includes involuntary civil commitment for those who are at risk to themselves or others. Academic vagrancies, disorderly behavior, suddenly confrontations, and violent attacks have made our cities unsafe, the order states. Says critics decry the shift towards pushing people into treatment. The White House action also seeks to shift federal funding away from long-time policies that sought to get homeless people into housing first and then offer treatment instead. It calls for prioritizing money for programs that require sovereignty and treatment, and for cities that enforce homeless and homeless camping bans. So basically, he's defunding all those places that you go seek help, like shelter. All the shelters are getting defunded. What you call that, man? Rehab. Rehab is getting defunded. All type of rehab facilities are getting defunded, man. So he's basically cutting the funds, letting the governments cut the funds of that and putting more into institutions, man. All right, we'll keep on reading. It says it also directs the Departments of Health and Human Services, Housing and Urban Development, and Transportation to access federal grant programs and prioritize places that actively crack down on illicit drug use, urban camping and littering, and urban squatting to the maximum extent permitted by law. Says critics says the sweeping action does nothing to solve homelessness and could make it worse. This executive order is forcing people to choose between compassionate, data-driven approaches like housing or treating it like a crime to have a mental illness or be homeless. It says, what is that? Yeah, this says this executive order has forced people to choose between compassion data driven approaches like housing or treating it like a crime to have a mental illness or to be homeless. Institutionalizing people with mental illness, including those experiencing homelessness, is not a dignified, safe, or evidence-based way to serve people's needs. It says Trump order also calls on the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration to define addiction programs that include harm reduction. This is certain to disrupt frontline healthcare programs that work to reduce overdose from fentanyl, like fentanyl and other street drugs. Addition experts consider harm reduction, including programs that provide clean, needless, and other paraphernalia to be an essential part for helping people survive addiction. Trump's order repeats the claim that such programs encourage drug use, an argument disproven by years of research, including by federal scientists at the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention. So we're walking to a time where, nigga, if you're on the street, Jake, you finna be locked up. If you on the street, you homeless, you finna be locked the hell up, man. If you If you even in rehab and you ain't financially stable, bro, they finna take your ass out of there and put you in an institution as well. And these institutions gonna be concentration camps, man. And they gonna run a test on them first. See how it makes a person insane and whatever what they testing in there, man. All right. This is Ecclesiasticus. And the title of this lesson gonna be Esau bring forth jeopardy towards Jake housing and living, man. All right, this jeopardy gonna be, bro. They making it to where we gonna be nowhere but on the street, and it's gonna leave us to have a fight with Esau. So Esau is looking to provoke civil war, man. Ecclesiasticus chapter 13, verse 18 says, what agreement is there between the hyena and a dog? And what peace between the rich and the poor? You know, the rich and the poor. We know the rich controls everything, yet we still get screwed. The poor people still get screwed. So we don't have no peace between that shit. You know, that's the whole point. Verse 19 says, as the wild ass is the lion's prey in the wilderness, so the rich eat up the poor. We're a prey to them, man. We're prey to them. They seek to come in to devour us, man. We have it all. We can do this to them. We can do that to them. Put this disease out there. Put that disease. Put this pandemic out there. Put this pandemic. Let's see how they react. Let's see how they change. Let's see how this and let's see how that. Scientific shit they do, and they've been doing it for years, man. This is the things of Esau, man. This man is estranged since he came out the womb, man. This man has done nothing. He can't sleep unless he done wickedness, man. These are the things of Esau. It says, in Ecclesiasticus chapter 13, 2, it says, as the proud hate humility, so does the rich abhor the poor. Okay? It says chapter 13 and verse 23, it says, when a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue, and look what he says, but extol it to the clouds, but which means they hold it up high. When a rich man speak, they hold it up high, and they don't say anything because they feel as though this man has a great intellect to inform them on information which they should believe because he's successful. And this is what's wrong with our people, the so-called black or and Hispanic and Native Indians, man. They believe that because a person has wealth, that they are well, that they are very knowledgeable men or very intelligent, and that's a fucking lie because they're definitely not. And the only thing they want you to believe is their way and what they want to do to you, man. You know, look at Bill Gates. This man's polluted the whole damn vegetable aisle, man. He's definitely he's changed the genetics of fucking plants. Who takes the time to do that? Who takes the time to do that shit, man? Who wants to create their own fucking fruit when the Lord has done it? These people want to compete with the Lord, man. Don't y'all see that? These people want to play God, man. They want to play God and do these motherfucking weird ass shit to where they uphold themselves to be knowledgeable and above men. All right. And it says, continuing on Ecclesiasticus chapter 13, 23, it says, but if the poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this? And if he stumble, they will help to overthrow him. So if he stumble over one word, man, get him out of here. He don't know what he's talking about. These are the things that the masses of the people do. A man who has no money, he doesn't get heard because he doesn't have the look, he doesn't have the clothes, he doesn't have the money, he doesn't have the stats or the status to look as though he's knowledgeable. These are the things, and these are the ways that the so-called white man knows how the world's gonna act. I'm not gonna say we, but how a nigga is gonna think, man. How a simple person is gonna look at that situation and go like, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Look at him. Look how he's dressed. Look how like if he knew anything, he think he would be in that predicament. And most people who are very smart, that shit stolen from them, or they fucking disappear. And they probably haven't disappeared. They probably just been tortured and then let go some fucking where, and they fucking homeless. But you know, and everything of their existence has been cleared, like the Man in Black. You know, they no longer exist. They just amongst people. But then they are knowledgeable because they have intellect that the world, the world doesn't know, but they want to give you the truth, and you hear it. Yet it goes right over fuck your head because you look at what a man appearance is instead of the message. And this is how we're looked at when we're on the highways and byways. Man, look at them wearing that shit, man. Look at them wearing that, man. What the hell they got going on? And that's the mind of a nigga, man. Mind of a nigga. And this is why you niggas gonna get destroyed for thinking that shit. Because you overthrow the message of the Lord. You know, this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 13, verse 24 says, riches are good unto him that hath no sin, and poverty is evil in the mouth of the ungodly. The bread of the needy is their life. He that defraudeth him thereof is a man of blood. And that's what Esau does, man. The bread of the needy is their life. He that defraudeth him thereof is a man of blood. And who takes away our food? Esau, man. Esau takes away our food. He put all these goddamn chemicals in it, and then he ups the price and tells you to buy it. Putting all preservatives, all types of fucking chemicals and things that make it last longer. Instead of making it fresh and natural, they put all this shit in it, making it kill you. And then they tell you, oh, well, if you don't do this, we're not going to pay you, and you ain't going to have no food. So they take the bread from you, bro. They fire you if you don't kiss their ass. They take the bread from you. You know, they do this. This is what Esau does in his kingdom. All right. Verse 21, the bread of the needy is in their life. He that defraudeth him thereof is a man of blood. He that taketh away his neighbor's living slayeth him. And he that defraudeth the laborer of his hire is a bloodshedder, man. And what you think Esau give a fuck about when he fired Jake? Easiest thing to do. Well, we have to set an example. So we're going to have to let you go, sir. We know that you were trying to show us a better way or whatever, but that goes against our guidelines, and you didn't, whatever the fuck the case may be, man. But Esau will always find a way to fucking fire Jake for doing his job, man. Or something Jake probably didn't even know that he did wrong, and he has to be the example to get terminated from a job. That was his only job, to pay his bills, and took that away from that man. This man got kids. Now he can't feed his kids. Now he can't pay his bills. Now he's on the fucking street. Now he got to deal with IRS. Now he got to deal with CP, whatever they call it, when they take the children. You got to deal with all that, man. You got to deal with child support from woman to wicked ass woman. You got to deal with all these things. And that's because of what? These men who are sitting in these places, in these high seats, who control who gets what and who does what, and who goes, who stays, man. This is Esau. That's why when you're at a plant and somebody falls over, that bitch still going. The plant don't stop when you fall, man. The plant don't stop when you fired, man. Shit gonna still keep going. Shit gonna still keep moving. Esau don't care, man. Okay? This is Ecclesiastes chapter 34 and 23. It says, when one buildeth, another pulleth down. What profit have they then but labor? You see that? You just sitting here slaving, man. We sitting here slaving. And like it says in Deuteronomy 28, man, our foot shall have no fucking rest. Excuse my French, but our foot shall have no rest, man. This is not our place to be at peace. It's not our place to be calling it home. It's not a place to close our eyes and feel safe. You don't know what can happen. All these new executive orders that Trump bringing, man, is all attacking the so-called black community, Hispanic community, and Native American community. And we sitting here telling y'all this shit, and it goes right over y'all head. All these things these devils are doing and plotting, man. And they're gonna implement these things, and it's gonna be a dramatic order to where they use the military to carry these orders out, man. You're gonna have military at your door. All these movies that you seeing with the order of America and how the law is, like that movie that just came out 2 years ago, maybe called The Order. When you see this woman going around the cities, and it's nothing but fucking civil war, carrying out executive, man, all these things are happening, man, because people are gonna retaliate, and it's gonna be a big fucking brawl, man, in the streets. It's gonna be a big fucking brawl in the streets, and this is what they want with Jake, man. This is why it's called Jacob's Trouble, man. You're gonna see slaughter, man. You're gonna see kids get killed, shot, and gun smoke, man. Fucked up, ran over, all this shit. This is why it's not no time to be joking around. It's time to wake up out of high sleep, man. You know, because the Lord is gonna come like a thief in the night. All right. When that sword comes upon you, man, you better have the faith. You better have your Habashim Yahshua on your side. You better pray that you be hidden in these times of trouble. And with that, I'm going to end the lesson. Hope everything was edifying. And then Yahshua next time.